Well, it's July, and that means it's time to talk about all the books I read in the second quarter of the year. Here are the 13 books I read between April 1st and June 30th, and why you might want to read them too. The first book I read was Once Charmed, Twice Cursed by Shailene Gandhi. This is great if you like the brother's best friend trope or forbidden romance. The second book I finished was The Study of Fire by Maria V. Snyder, and it was really good, but it's also the sixth book in the Chronicles of Ixia, so I can't really say it without spoilers. Next, I read Snake Eater by T. Kingfisher, which if you find the United States Southwest interesting, I don't, I live there, or if you don't like Roadrunners, but I happen to think they're cute. Also, if you like found family and dogs, don't worry, the dog is fine. I also read Fearless and Fearful by Lauren Roberts. If you've started the series, I would certainly recommend finishing it. Unfortunately, I happen to be one of those people who didn't really like how it concluded, but the novella was fine if you were curious what happened to Blair. I was fortunate enough to get an advanced reader copy of Asperfell by Jamie Thomas. This is a very methodically written book, so don't look for fast pace here, but if you like stories where the character actually needs to learn how to use their magic, you'll probably appreciate this one. After that, I read The Stolen Heir and The Prisoner's Throne by Holly Black. This is a continuation of the Folk of the Air series. These are good if you've read that series. If you haven't read that series, then go read those first. After that, I started Renegades by Marissa Meyer. Somehow I didn't know this was about superheroes. I'm not sure how I missed that. But if you like superheroes, especially if you have superhero fatigue from all of the MCU movies, but you like something that's a bit more like the 90s Teen Titans show, then you'll like this one. I also read A Tribute of Fire by Soraya Wilson. This is the first book in a trilogy, and it has really cool, deep lore that is based on mythology, so if that's fascinating to you, you might like it. After 3 long months, I finished listening to Sleep in a Sea of Stars by Christopher Paolini. This is now the longest book I have ever read, and you know what? The audiobook was fantastic. I genuinely think I would have enjoyed it less if I had read it with my eyes. I was also fortunate to get an advanced reader copy of This Witch Is Not Wicked by T. Harlow. This is a really sweet, cozy fantasy, although it is very spicy. The last book I read was Faded Blades by Ilona Andrews. I have been wanting to try a book by these authors for a while, and this one was a really short, fast sci-fi fun story. Those are the 13 books that I read in the last 3 months. Have you read any of them? Would you recommend them? Let me know in the comments.